Here, Shelby, and we have officially made it to we wrapping it up. All right, 2024. This year has been full of so much information, knowledge, truth, financial challenges. It's been so many people lost members. It's just this year has been crazy. All right, this year has been crazy, not just for you, friend, but also for everybody else. Okay, so today we're just gonna celebrate. All right, we're gonna be joyful. We're gonna rejoice. Keep God first, as always. And I wanted you all to just come on this live stream. Obviously, we're gonna talk about grants. Obviously, we're gonna talk about business strategies. But also, the purpose of this live stream is also to not only go into like the usual things that we talk about, but I'm also gonna show you my Thanksgiving, right? So not the actual holiday Thanksgiving, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing for Christmas. Okay, so this is the officially Christmas day here. It is 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's probably like 6 a.m. Eastern time for you, possibly. And so I've already started my day, right? So let me tell you what I've been doing. So for Christmas, in most cases in other countries, especially here in Africa, okay, if you guys don't know, I was able to get a really great grant opportunity this year, and then I was able to come here. And I've been in Nigeria since October. Okay, so I'm probably not going to go back to the U.S. until later on or summer next year. So by me being here, and I understand that I came here on the skills that God blessed me with, I've been able to help so many, well over 2,000 clients this year with understanding what grants are. I've helped a good handful of people actually got approved of grants. And, you know, I just want to give things, right? I want to give things, and I want to put that energy out there and just say, hey, like, I appreciate whatever I went through this year. I appreciate it. And I want to also give back to, or not give back, but I want to give away or be charitable to like maybe African kids or other families here. So what I'm doing today, okay, sorry for the long-winded, I'm long-winded, friend. So what I'm doing today is we made donuts, right? We made Christmas donuts, like Christmas African donuts. And they taste so good. We made little donut balls and like the actual donuts, and we're going to give them away with like these cute juices. And the juices here, like they have Capri Suns, but the Capri Suns here are like natural fruit juice. So it's not like processed. So their fruit juices are really good. So we're gonna do like the little juicy juice, like fruit juice, pineapple juice, to go with their donuts, and we're just gonna give it away. What I notice about where I am here in Abuja, Nigeria, Abuja, Nigeria is the capital of Nigeria. I know most people think of Lagos, right? Lagos is just one of those high profile cities that has a lot of amenities. It has yachts, it reminds you of like Miami and New York put together. Very overpopulated, the traffic, wahala, all right? Wahala means problem. So in Abuja, I'm here in Abuja. This is the capital, right? This is the capital of Nigeria, the country. And so in Abuja, it's more like, think of Abuja like Washington, D.C., where it's very liberal, very conservative, they're very conservative, very professional. Everyone here has professional jobs, or they're like retired. The government lived here, the president, lived here. Like that. This is the place, right? And so, in Abuja, I also learned that there's a lot of the Muslim culture here. So I have to be also mindful that not a lot of people celebrate Christmas here. So I'm going to be mindful of that. But regardless of whether they celebrate Christmas or not, I still want to give away, my donuts. All right, we made donuts. So the purpose of this is just to give back. I know that especially as U.S. citizens, we are so used to like in program to like receiving. And you're so focused on like what type of gift you're going to get instead of being focused on what you're going to give. And, giving to the most random people, that's real. That's like more impactful. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So right now I'm just waiting on my Uber. We're going to take an Uber out to the town, to the city. And then we're going to, well, I don't eat meat, but I'm going to show you the whole process, not the whole process, but like what that whole aftermath of the goats. So around this time, right? Around this time, like they buy goats and turkeys and stuff like that, right? So you can buy a goat for like $20 here, right? 20 USD. So like you buy a goat, and then they chop up the goat, and then they do the goat. I keep saying it like that because I don't eat meat, so I don't even know exactly what they do. I think they just barbecue it. But I eat fish. So I put in the order for a big, big, big snapper. Uh-huh. And here in Africa, they call it croca. Okay? So I ordered a really big fish, and that will be on the grill too. So when I'm on live, I don't know if my live is going to continue, my live stream is going to continue as like we're in the Uber. It probably might mess up. So, but either way, when we get to the location, you'll be able to see like, the kids, and you'll be able to see like us barbecuing and us fellowshipping and talking about God, singing praises and all kinds of amazing stuff. Okay, so we're going to be out in the field. Yes, we're going to be out in the field. You ready? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. So that's what we're doing today. We're giving away some amazing donuts. So in the meantime, though, in between time, while everybody's getting ready to go, before we head out, I wanted to go over, a few grants that you can actually apply to right before the 31st, and that is due by the 31st. There are multiple $10,000 grant opportunities out here that you can kickstart 2025 off with this new business idea and stuff. No, you don't have to have an LLC and an EIN for majority of these startup grants, right? And then there's other grants that's like you can sign up for that are for seasoned businesses, right? So let's just go over a few of them really quick. I want y'all to if you're joining me, if you can, take a quick little note of some of the grants that I'm going to go over with you. I'm just going to go over like 4 of them. And I want you to take note of these so that way you'll have your list of grants. Remember yesterday we talked about a grant writing strategy. Merry Christmas. Thank you. All right, so grants. While I'm pulling this up. Remember, grants is no credit checks, no personal information needed. This is free money that you can get from the U.S. government, from different private sectors and private investors. And you can also get this free money from any type of, entity or company. So that's Walmart, Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, whoever, right? So this is debt-free money, which means you don't have to pay this money back, all right, at all. Now, when we're talking about getting free money, it is not going to be an easy task. Getting a loan, line of credit, and credit card is not even an easy task, and they require you to pay it back with interest. So please do not be in the mindset of, a grant, it's easy to get just because I deliver the message easily. I've been writing grants for 9 years, and I've helped over 800 small business owners, startups, nonprofits, organizations, and churches get debt-free grant opportunities. So yes, for me, it is easy because I have a 71% successful grant writing rate. And with my 9 years of experience, I know exactly what search engines and where places to go. I share the entire year all of my sauce, right? I don't gatekeep any information. I share with you all my entire grant writing strategy, right? And the best tips and tricks to be able to, reassure yourself and give you clarity on your grant writing journey. Okay, so you have everything that you could possibly need right here on this YouTube channel, right? Right here on this YouTube channel to learn more about grants, to learn more about how to enhance your grant writing strategy. The number one way that you actually win grants is by having an actual grant writing strategy, executing that strategy, right? Being properly prepared, and then reassuring yourself of everything that you've done, right? And so just to dive deeper into that, step 1, you need to make sure you have your business foundations. Going into 2025 with the whole DEI exclusion situation, and I'll just run through that really quick. DEI is an acronym for diversity, equity, inclusion. In 2025, under the Trump administration, no longer will there be any money going to those type of opportunities, which means we will no longer really see, or we're going to start to see lesser and lesser of those grant funding investment capital opportunities specifically for minorities, persons of colors, or women. So in 2025, the funding plan is going to be totally different than what it was prior, within these last 4 years post-COVID. Realize that we've been living in post-COVID world for these last 4 years. Now this wraps it up. Okay? So we're going into a whole new world in 2025. Whole new world. I want you to be mindful of that. A totally new world. New digital world, new AI tools, new robots, new job positions, new infrastructure. You're going to see these next 10 years, the world, like what we knew in 2008 is totally different from what happened in 2018. And it's going to be totally different from what's going to happen in 2028. Every 10 years, it seems like it's every decade now, new world order. So I want you to be mindful of that. So going into 2025, because we no longer have those discriminatory opportunities, that's what they name it, discriminatory. I'm not saying it's discriminatory, but that's what it says in the actual article, right? That means that all funding opportunities, loans, lines of credit, credit cards, investment capital, incubators and accelerators, government contracts and grants, other rewards and charities will be for all persons in business, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, sexuality you are. So then what does that look like for you going into 2025? What does this look like for you as far as in gaining funding and capital opportunities to continue to develop and scale your business? What does that look like? That means that you will be competing against. Because at the end of the day, when you are applying to an opportunity, whether it's a credit line or it's a grant, you're still competing, whether it's against the system or you're competing against someone else. So in the grant world, especially with investment capital and incubators and accelerators and stuff, you will be going against and you will be competing against the rich. Yes, the rich and wealthy, the well-educated, the well-connected. That doesn't necessarily mean all of them are white. No. That means you got to make sure you be on your stuff. You know what I mean? You need to be militant. All right, so how do we make sure we have our stuff in order, okay? So before I go into these grants, number one, you need to make sure you have your business plan. That's step one, even before you decide to get an LLC, a business plan. The reason why is because if you have not noticed that in 2020, since 2023, all the way up until now, that loan opportunities, capital opportunities in general, they are requesting that you have a business plan. Furthermore, they are also requesting that you have a pitch deck. So in this year, we've noticed that these grant opportunities, investment capital opportunities, incubators and accelerators, in the application process, they not only want you to upload your business plan, they also want you to upload either a 90-second pitch video or a small pitch presentation. So I've been saying this all year. Have you a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 90-second pitch video? Because those three key credentials will help you increase your chances of approvals with these startup grants. If you don't even have an LLC or EIN, guess what? You can still get grant funding. You can still get capital to kickstart your business, but you got to show that you are an upstanding entrepreneur. How do you do that? You actually show them that even with or without the opportunity or the capital that you're requesting or you're asking for, that you will still be able to fulfill your mission, vision, and values. What do I mean by that? That means that you will still show in your business plan, your pitch deck, as well as your 90-second pitched video, that you are a resourceful entrepreneur that can make something out of nothing with or without the capital request that you're putting in. Okay, cool. So how do we do that? Your executive statement, mission, vision, values, SWOT analysis, right? Which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Your risk analysis. All of those key indicating factors that you need to have in your business plan, all of those bullet points need to be very thorough and need to explain how you are going to be able to scale or start just by, doing what you do. Starting from somewhere. So business plan, pitch deck, 90-second pitch video, okay? So if you have those three documents, then you're pretty much properly prepared for all funding and capital opportunities. Okay, that's just general. Okay, so once you have those things, because this is like, that's literally step one. If you don't have those things, you're not ready. 2025, you're not ready. If you do not have a business plan, and I'm not, and I'm going beyond, like, literally, I've given you guys AI tools that you can use, but like business plan, pitch deck, 90-second pitch video. If you don't have that going into 2025, then you're not serious. Okay, so once you have those things, then the next thing you need to make sure you do is just properly prepare yourself on your grant writing strategy. Develop like a capital or funding strategy, right? And so this is actually what a lot of you guys like pay loan brokers and stuff to do. But honestly, this is the part that you can actually do yourself to save yourself time. When you guys are requesting loan brokers to actually go and apply to the loan for you, they're literally doing these steps that I told you. And guess what? When you get your $100,000, $50,000, or $30,000 opportunity, you still have to give that loan broker 10% of whatever that deal is. And that 10% just only entails that they just did the necessary due diligence that you could have did yourself. So you can save the 10% and you know what I mean? Save yourself 10% and be able to have your full capital opportunity. All right, so you need to have a realistic funding strategy, execution strategy. All right, so if you're going for loans, lines of credit, and credit cards, you need to take a look at what is required in general for those type of capital programs and opportunities. What is generally required when you are going for the capital, like the loans, lines of credit, and credit, the payback capital? Well, everybody knows this. You got to have some sort of income, show some sort of credit, or have assets. You need to have your documents properly prepared. If you're going for business loan opportunities, you need to have a W-9. You need to have your LLC EIN paperwork ready. And you should have all of these things in a folder on your computer. I keep all of my business documents in one folder in my computer, so you never lose it, right? And so you need to create your plan with those opportunities. Take a look at the banks that you're currently banking with. Who is the bank that your business is already banking with? Who is the bank that you want your business to bank with? Are you confused on which bank is best for you? So go to nerdwallet.com. Google top 5 banks that I can bank with my particular company. What are the top 5 banks for my trucking company? I live in North Carolina. What are the top 5 banks for my tech company? I'm in Miami, Florida. Simple. Then once you have got a NerdWallet is so simplified that it literally gives you on an X and Y axis of the list of 5 banks that serve in your favor, and also the interest rates and the incentives that you get with them. So you can take a look at the 5 banks and you can determine whether or not which one you want to go with. And what that entails is you have to ask yourself, what do I need? What do I need? What's the point of you signing up for a Bank of America, business bank account, when Bank of America has no incentives that will literally pay you back, no reward programs, no nothing? But you go with Bank of America because Bank of America is well known. No, that's actually the worst bank to go to. Following that, Wells Fargo. Following that now, TD. Unfortunately, I can't even believe I'm wrapped up in TD mess. So it's like, make sure you do your research. Also, keep in mind, every bank is not the best. What I always recommend is just going with credit unions, because one thing about credit unions is credit unions uses the money that's in-house. You know what I mean? With those big banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and all those other big banks, they use the money from life insurance policies and different commercial real estate opportunities. And we all know how that's going. Okay, so they don't have money to really depend on. And so they also use the money, they're taking money from y'all, like borrowing money from their own clients, but without specifying that. That's why Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and all those banks like that are consistently in these lawsuits. They doing stuff without asking permission, and that's your money that you're working hard for. Okay, cool. So once you've researched the top 5 banks and you've determined what is it that you truly need, then you want to go ahead and create the execution strategy. Okay, cool. So I know I have these banks. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what is required to be able to get this loan or line of credit, or what do they offer. You can go as far as in calling them. Call the underwriter. They got the numbers and everything right there. Call the banks. Or physically walk in and have a consultation with them. And say, hey, I'm looking for a bank for my business. And that's putting in footwork. That's putting in work for your business. That's creating, that's literally, and by you putting in footwork and doing work for on your business and for your business, that is that energy that you're putting out there. And guess what? Everything will work out. It will. Okay. On the grant side, as far as in a grant writing execution strategies, you have your business plan, pitch deck, and all that good stuff. You could just go to the 3 main websites I'm always telling you about and create a spreadsheet, a list of at least 30 grants every month. So the top main 3 websites that I use, get ready to write this down, okay? If you are trying to figure out how to search and apply to grants, if you need to kickstart 2025 with a $10,000 opportunity for free, for the $3,000 opportunity, I don't care if it's $100 for free. Get ready to write this down. The #1 website in the United States to find government-funded grants is grants.gov. If you want to get a government contract that is like presented to you in a grant way, grants.gov. Grants.gov is the #1 website for all grants in the United States and also in the world. It's the government website for grants. Okay? Grants.gov. You only go to grants.gov if you are a seasoned business of 2 years or older. There will not be startup grants there. That's not for the new chicklins. That's for the big dogs, okay? Because in grants.gov, you will see more high ticket grant opportunities. Those grants will be like award ceilings $5 million, starting at $2 million, right? You know what I mean? So that's what that is. But grants.gov. That's also a grant search engine. All right, let's go to the second one. The second one is grantwatch.com. Okay? Grantwatch.com. So grantwatch.com, all right, is a $40 a month subscription, but it's definitely worth it if you plan on writing grants for yourself consistently, 1 grant a day, like I'm always saying. If you plan on writing grants your own self, right, this is definitely a really great platform. They also have other grant writers in here for less than $100 that can assist you, but I don't think that they actually write the grants for you, okay? So don't quote me on that. I don't know the quality of their service, to be honest with you. But this is another grant search engine that you can use to be able to find other opportunities that serve. Sorry, y'all. Got a call. Let me tell them. So yes. All right, what I was saying. So grantwatch.com. So grantwatch.com, that's the second search engine. It's blue and white at $40 a month. You literally put in the filters. It's like straightforward, okay? You just put in your location and you click on your business industry and it will find all the grants that serve your favor. Now you need to take the time out to go through each grant. It will bring up like over hundreds of grants, and we're going to use this. Right? So if you stick with me, I'm going to find a grant for you. Okay? So we're going to use this actual search engine to find grants that serve in your favor. I'm going to show you how many grants that you can actually qualify and apply for, especially going into going into 2025. All right? Because obviously we have 5 or 6 days left, I think. All right. So grantwatch.com, that's another grant search engine you can use. And last but not least is HelloSkip, right? HelloSkip is an app that you can download to apply to grants. That is not a grant search engine, and HelloSkip is not the end all be all. I believe that most of you guys are, it's like, I don't know, it's appealing for you to go to HelloSkip because it's very like easy, to kind of like go through. HelloSkip is a place that I would advise you all who are just starting to learn about grants and you're starting to apply to grants, right? That's the place that I would say go there and learn like about grants, how they operate, what types of questions they ask, right? But do not stop there. And unfortunately, majority of my audience here, all 55,000 of y'all, right? A good hefty percentage of y'all actually only stop at HelloSkip. and then come in the comments and ask me, I've been applying to grants and I haven't gotten not one grant. Are people really winning grants? And then I correspond in the comments and ask, well, what is your grant writing strategy? And then I don't get a response, right? And that's just simply because you know you have to take accountability for knowing that you only gave yourself the chance at about 20 grants out of 365 days in this year. And I said that you should apply to one grant a day because one grant a day truly keeps the business debts away. That's a grant writing saying, right? But in addition to that, on a grant scale, right, generally saying, if you apply to 30 grants, you should at least get 2. So for those of you who are applying to 30, 50, 100 grants and you're not even getting out one opportunity, you got to take a look at your grant writing strategy. Are you only applying to grants that, you know, that they choose people by just raffles? Are you actually doing your due diligence with reading the terms and conditions of these grant opportunities? Or are you only just submitting the application simply because I said that this grant is for Black women? You can't trust me. You can't trust nobody. I provide you with the information. So what I want y'all to do is to take this information and actually execute with it, like do something with it, right? So, but I want you to be like militant while you're doing it, because this is not a game. This is real money. Like this is not a game. So you have to take this seriously, just like you take it seriously when you're going to get a credit card and stuff. And it's easy to comprehend a credit card, line of credit, and all of and loans, because it's been around since the late 30s, early 40s. Right? So it's been around for so long that it's so easy to know about this. But grants, it seems like it's a challenge to believe it. All right, so you have those 3 search engines. Now, when you are in the process of applying, once you have went to like grantwatch.com and you've used all of the grant, tools that I've given you, then you want to create a spreadsheet. All right. Your spreadsheet needs to kind of look something like this. I'm going to show you guys like one of the spreadsheet that I give to my clients. I'm going to show you guys a spreadsheet that I created for my clients. So when you sign up for my services, because obviously I write grants for businesses and stuff. So when you sign up for my services, you get 2 consultations, and then also once I'm all done with applying to the grants for you, I will send you this grant summary list. So let me show you what it looks like. All right, this is the spreadsheet. Okay, so how you would look at this? How will you would look like this is this: the name of the grant will go here, the status of the grant. So this is for me, honestly, but what I put right here is like, did I complete the grant? Like you could check the status of me actually applying to the grant for you. So that's the purpose of that. But you don't have to have that column. Or you can have this column, and your status column could be like, are you approved, denied, or is it pending? Right? So that's your status column. And then application link goes here, right? And then the application deadline date, and then the date that you should check your email, and then some extra notes, right? And usually in notes for my clients, what I do is I screen record me actually applying to the grant for you. So I put the link to the Loom videos or the link to like the screen records in the notes, okay? But for you, in the notes, you can put like, this grant is a $10,000 grant. This grant is, specifically for Black women in Connecticut. Like, this grant is a tech grant, right? You can do that, okay? Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Okay, so you want to have a really nice, like a spreadsheet, okay? Now, when you create your spreadsheet like this one, this spreadsheet will give you clarity and reassurance on the types of grants you're applying to, when you applied to them, how many opportunities, like what is your grant writing success rate, right? This will give you that. This will give you that, all right? So that's why I'm telling you, create a spreadsheet. Furthermore, right, in the event that you decide that you want to go for investment capital opportunities, and I know y'all probably are not ready for that conversation. I don't know why. I cannot wait. I'm not even going to like say it like that. I want to say like in 2025, I don't care who ready for that conversation or not. I'm just going to talk directly to that audience. This year in 2024, I've been so focused on startups that it has literally like it's drained me because it's so much that I have to like actually explain when I've already explained a lot of it here on my videos, right? So in 2025, I really want to have like higher business conversations. Like I want to talk about investment capital and the importance of understanding that, right? And what that looks like. So if in the event that you're going for investment capital, say you're like, okay, this grant writing thing, it's a journey, right? It's a journey. It's a consistent journey. And I've applied to about 50 grants, 100 grants. I've only gotten like one or two, and they've only been able to help me out for this, like for only like 30 to 60 days. So at this moment, I'm probably going to just go for investment capital. Let me start looking at accelerators, incubators, and different programs. You could take this spreadsheet as an example to show them the efforts that you put in to show perseverance through your adversities. I'll say it in like, more simplified. You can use this spreadsheet that I'm telling you to create as a document to show them that you've been trying to get some funding. Like you've been trying to get capital opportunities. You've actually won them and you've actually put this money to use. And at this moment, you'll be able to, if you were to get the, an investment, things like that, or a trusting partnership, you'll be able to continue to scale. And then you can show them what you've done, from the grants that you've won. Okay. Cool. So yeah, grants. That's the grant writing strategy thing. All right. Am I back in Florida? No, I live in Africa. I'm not coming back to the U.S. I don't desire to retire in the U.S. respectfully, though. I am a U.S. citizen, but I don't retire. I don't desire to live there at all. So once you have completed this, right, be consistent in this. The way that you win grants is by consistently applying. Consistently applying is how you win a grant. No, like, I'm not even kidding you. All right. That's how you do it. And then get real serious about your funding journey this year. If you think that if you have the idea of all you need to do is just submit applications online, 2025 is going to eat you up. 2025 on up it's going to eat you up. You're going to be mentally lost in the sauce because you cannot think like that. Now in 2025, when we're going into 2025, when we're talking about getting funding, you as the business owner has to be extremely aggressive. Extremely aggressive. Like you need to be like aggressively getting this money. And I'm always like, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to tell you. I'll have to come to Africa for a date. If you can keep up. I live in East Africa as a U.S. citizen. Always thought my place of residence would be better. Would it be? Oh, deter, I think that's what you're saying. Or yeah, the grant process. Glad to know it won't. No, it won't. You got to think when you are in the process of applying to anything, what do they ask on the application? They ask for your name. They ask for your address. You ready? Or are you getting ready? Oh. I know. That's why we should have went with. Yeah, exactly. But no, like I understand nobody was ready, but I was like, we should have just went with him because I knew it. It's Christmas. Yeah. Very right. Okay. So yeah. So on the application, they ask your address, right? You're not there. They ask for your physical address and then they ask for your business address. They ask for your personal address and they ask for your business address, right? They ask for your personal address and they ask for your business address. When you are applying to U.S. opportunities, you will not put in there that your U.S. home address is in Nigeria. You're not going to put that. Make it make sense. If you're going for U.S. capital opportunities, you still live in the U.S. Whatever that address is on your driver's license, that's what it is. You're still a resident. You're still a citizen. Use your citizenship. Use your privilege. Okay? I just want you to be like, think of it in that way because I think that you thought of that because of that mindset comes from like, how can I put it? Like you hold the government and you hold all of that, and you hold their authority too high in your life. It's really not like, it's not supposed to be that high. You know what I mean? You like, no. So you can apply to any U.S. capital opportunity, no matter where you are in the world. Use your U.S. privilege documentation, your social security, your driver's license number and your address on your driver's license, your business address that's located in the U.S. You should have a virtual office or whatever address that is on your LLC. Use the document of your LLC. Use your EIN number. When you move abroad, and it's not even moving abroad, when you are expanding your business globally like I am, you want to aggressively take advantage of all opportunities that you have, including your privilege. Including your privilege. I want you to have that in your mind. So when you are here in Africa and you're doing your product and services, you're creating and say you want to go take it to like Bali, and you want to take it to Dubai, and you want to take it to Florida, you want to take it to Panama, you want to take it to Mexico, well then guess what? Do not be afraid on that journey. You know what I mean? Use your privilege. You be aggressive at that, because guess what? The other groups are going to do it. It's business. Lions, tigers, and bears. Okay? But keep that in mind. You got to be aggressive in this thing. All the way from Africa. Yes. I'm trying to get you out of while now you're all the way on the other side of the world. Yeah. South Africa. Absolutely. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have those things in order. Okay. So, what did we talk about? We talked about that. I gave you the grant strategy. I gave you those things. You said it's good to know that, when you're located in a different place, that won't stop you from your grant writing opportunities. And also, I want y'all to start opening your minds to investment capital. I'm so serious. Because, like, you're going to gain, like, sharing a piece of your company actually might come out better. Like, imagine having that right partner that will always have the money to be able to give you. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I want you guys to see. I want you guys to see what that looks like. You can have an investor as a partner that will always be like your funding investor, like your capital investor. Like, that's what they do. They are an investor. They consistently invest. And they own shares or they have equity in your company, own shares or whatever. Like, are you guys open to doing that? Are you all open to getting investment capital, even as a startup, no matter what stage you are in your company? Put it down here in the chat. Are you willing to take investment capital opportunities, even no matter what stage you are in your company, even if you are in your startup phases? Right? Yes, absolutely. Wish I had an angel investor. Yes. Okay, perfect. Investment capital. It's when somebody or a party, right, invests into your idea, service, or product. They have different terms. You have terms as low as, I would request 3% return on investment. Return on investment, the acronym for that is ROI. If y'all didn't know that, I know y'all know that, but And then so you have some that's like, okay, we'll take 3%, 70. The average is like 7%. If y'all didn't know that too, the average would be 7%. So let me give you guys like a little pointer, because I want us to dive deeper into investment capital opportunities in 2025, because that's going to be that more guaranteed seed that you need. Because grants are not guaranteed, friend. Grants are a gamble. It's like a raffle. It's like going to the corner store and getting a scratch off every day. You're just giving yourself a chance at a lotto ticket every day. But see, with investment capital, that's more guaranteed. All you got to do is show up and express your idea, service, or product, and how you can commercialize it and make money from it. And then, they say yay or nay. And so, investment capital world, what you do is you consistently go for opportunities. It can be draining. Most people, when they go for investment capital, they usually have a partner to do this with. So they usually hire a CFO, like a chief financial officer, or someone who would go out and help them do pitches and stuff. A friend of mine, you guys might know him, a friend of mine who owns a really well-known co-working space in the U.S., he actually went for over a hundred, he not applied, but he went for them, right? He reached out to over 100 investment groups and people and companies, and even the ones that he got from word of mouth, even the ones that he did his own research on and stuff. Out of the 100, he only got one yes. Out of the over the 100, only one yes. I think he was like, oh, I went and I applied for investment capital for 100 and something companies, and he was like, I got 98 no's or 99 no's and one yes or something like that. That's his ratio, and he talks about it on YouTube. I'll see if I can find his podcast interview. And when I watched that, and even when I knew, because I on the back end I knew, but even just watching that whole entire process, and him and his partners having to go through that process, I realized that investment capital is it's nothing wrong with that, right? And we, especially Black business owners, we are so we're people that we cherish a lot of things, right? We cherish things, and especially if it's a thing that we've never had before, especially if it's a thing that we've never had before as a collective, right? So if us as a collective, we're just now understanding business, getting into business, majority of us, we're more and more of us are learning about this. I totally understand that. I can totally understand if it's a challenge for you to express what your service or product or idea is. I get that. Maybe I can change your mind by opening you up to the world of you will have unlimited capital opportunity. Because you will literally have someone on your team, not hire them. They're invested in your company. They own a piece of this. And then what their sole purpose for being a part of your company is to be that bank. So all of this stress of going through these loans, excuse me, lines of credit, you don't have to go through that. You ever heard your grandma say there's more than one way to skin a cat? Yeah, that's that, okay? Excuse me. How long have you been? I've been out here for about 4 months, going on 4 months. Yeah, I've been out here for a little minute. Yep. After I cremated my granny, I left. So, yes, investment capital is something in 2025. I definitely want us to enhance our conversations here on YouTube, and I want to talk about all angel investment opportunities, incubators, and accelerators. Yesterday on live, I showed you guys the difference between a grant and an accelerator program. All right, so let me kind of show you something really quick. Let's go over at least 4 grants that you can apply to. So I want you to kind of get your pen and paper or something. And you can apply to these grants that I'm going to show you within the next 5 days or so, before the 31st. And I'm going to show you a, excuse me. And I'm going to show you an investment capital, accelerator. Take business. All right, so what's what, Detroit? Oh, y'all just had a $50,000 grant that just went out. That's super dope. Only for Detroit though. But it ended 2 days ago. Let me see. Smart local. Oh, that's through Walmart. That's only for nonprofits. Okay, you got this one. And this one, of course. We talked about that one yesterday. I'll review it again. And then excuse me. And then what else? There we go. Galaxy. Okay. This is dust. Dust is making me cough. Okay, so let's go over these grants really quick, and then I'll show you a accelerator program. All right, so I've went over these grants before, but I want to reassure you guys of these opportunities so that way you don't miss out on them. The deadline dates for all of these grants I'm going over is December 31st, okay? So the first one we're going to go over is the Brooklyn Brewery Calling All Makers Grant. So let me go ahead and turn this around. Hold on one second. I wish it was like, I don't know. Okay, so anyway, I'll show y'all like this because I don't know why it's acting up today. Okay, so Calling All Makers Grant, I went over this one time before, but Calling All Makers is this is the actual thing. You can like Google Calling All Makers, Brooklyn Calling All Makers Grant. The purpose of this grant, it is for anybody who pretty much started a business, entrepreneurship, but you can't be a startup. I don't think so. So let's go through this. You need to be obviously 21 and older for this one. You have to be a U.S. citizen. The grant funds can be used for, nothing specific, no restrictions. The deadline date is December 31st, okay? So how this grant works is it gives you different industries, right? So the green tabs you'll see here is it gives you different industry. If you are in food and beverage, all right, they're explaining what they're looking for under this particular business industry. So if you're under food and beverage or industry or whatever, it says this grant is intended for those innovating in the food and drink industries. Please note that our judging panel will need to taste the creations of semifinalists, so any product should be shippable. So this is when you are creating, you're innovating in the food and drink industries. That means you have created a dish that you want us to know about. Okay? Okay, and then you can read more about that. Now, entrepreneurship, this is for everyone, all right? This is for everyone, no matter what, this is for everyone, just entrepreneurship in general, no matter what industry. It says, if you're going to apply to this grant as an entrepreneur, it says this grant is intended for applicants who have moved beyond the ideation phase and can demonstrate a record of business activity related to their venture. So what does that mean, friend? No, you cannot be a startup. You have to demonstrate a record of business activity related to your business venture. So even if you are in the startup phases, demonstrate a record of business activity. That doesn't necessarily mean getting money from your business or income. That just means, can you demonstrate or can you provide us like with your entire pathway? What have you done? And no, that doesn't mean, oh, I did my LLC, EIN, website, this and that. No, friend, those are the natural basic business foundations. They want to know what other exercises or strategies did you execute that, helped you persevere, right? How are you moving forward? That's what this is, okay? And then if you're into the arts, you can apply, right? You're, anything but makeup and nail art and tattoo artists. So, they're looking for, pottery and things like that, painters. You got music, so they're looking for singers, songwriters, bands, ensembles, producers, and instrumentalists. They are not looking for music managers or engineers because y'all make more than enough money. And then activism, people who are, you know, just like out here being community leaders, right? That's what's up. And yes, you can be a nonprofit, but even if you're not a nonprofit and you're simply a community leader looking for this opportunity to give back, then, you know, yes, you can apply. Okay. Cool. That's how this works. So let's see, how much money do you get from this? So what I'm going to do is look at the frequently asked questions. Oh, we're on the frequently asked questions. And then, hold on one second. And then I got a question to reach out. No, where is the thing where I was like, apply categories home? Let me go back home. Because usually it should be like on the front page or it should be under frequently asked questions. So let's go to the front page. Okay. $10,000. It says we're looking for people creating future in 5 categories: food and drink innovation, entrepreneurship, arts, music, and activism. Apply and you could be granted $10,000, a session with your company's, your category's judge, a trip to New York City for our award ceremony, and your work featured in Brooklyn Brewery's platforms in 2025. $10,000. The application deadline date, December 31st. Okay, there you go. Calling All Makers Grant, Brooklyn Brewery. Now let's go to the next one. This is Honeycomb Credit. Honeycomb Credit is a really great business resource tool. They help you out with investment capital, grant opportunities, as well as loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. This will be a really great third-party site to go to if you are looking for additional capital opportunities. It's called Honeycomb Credit, all right? Honeycomb Credit is giving out $5,000. It's called the Change It Up Fall Grant. The deadline date for this grant is actually December 31st. So the purpose of this grant is to give you $5,000 to help you scale. So it says our Change It Up Fall Grant is here to give you $5,000 to try something new, make a big move, or level up your business. Whether it's launching a new cool product, sprucing up your space, or getting some new equipment, this grant is all about helping you take that next step. All right. So even if you're in your startup phases, you can apply to this $5,000 grant. A $5,000 grant is more than enough to kickstart your business. No matter, you just have to make sure you price point this, but $5,000 is enough. Okay. All right. So you can go to honeycombcredit.com to apply to that grant. Okay. And this is the actual application if you want to see. First and last name, company name, email, business website. Do you need one? Yes. Anytime that you see on the application that it has that red star, that means that you must answer it. It's required. Business website. Yes, you need it. This should be done in your foundations. This is why I'm stressing that in 2025, you have to have your business foundations completed first prior to you actually applying to any grant or funding opportunities. If you don't have your business foundations together, then you will not be approved for any capital opportunities in 2025 because you will be competing against the rich, the wealthy, the well-connected, and the smartest. So you think the smartest, the rich, and the well-connected are operating without having a business website? You think that they're going to actually apply to opportunities without being properly prepared? So why should you? All right, so there you go. This is the actual application all done. And then it has some additional information, right, that you can learn. All right, so that's that Honeycomb Credit. That's a $5,000 grant that you can kickstart 2025 with. Make sure you apply to this one. The next one is Zen Business. Now, this is actually for you all who are in the ideation phase. Ideation phase means that you have thought about the idea, you have an understanding of how you want to work it. You just need to purchase your LLC, EIN, and do your business foundation, steps. So Zen Business is giving out $5,000 to anybody who uses their platform or uses their third-party business tool to set up your business. Right? So Zen Business is no different from LegalZoom. They're also just like Taylor Brands. Taylor Brands, LegalZoom, Zen Business, all the same. They're all business resource tools that will allow us to, set up our businesses, get business contracts, and all kinds of stuff. So it says, at Zen Business, we understand the challenges small business owners face, and we're dedicated to supporting you. That's why we're awarding over 40 grants to our small business customers this year. Grantees will receive $5,000 to help grow their business, along with access to eligible Zen Business products and services available at the time of the grant disbursement. If you meet our eligibility requirements, you can apply to become one of our monthly grantees. Take the opportunity to get support you need to elevate your business. Join us in our mission today to empower small business owners like you and apply today. All right, so all you need to do is simply sign yourself up, sign your business up. Like if you don't have an LLC and stuff, then this is the perfect time for you. And honestly, this is the requirements. It says to be eligible, you must be a current customer, at least 18 years or older, and have used Zen Business formation services within the last 3 to 6 months. Within the last 3 to 6 months. If you have the money to purchase your LLC right now, you can come to Zen Business, use Zen Business's formation services, and then you can, after they have provided you with your package that has your LLC, EIN, and all of your business documents, then you can come back and log in to your dashboard and go ahead and apply to this $5,000 grant. Cool, right? Right. So zenbusiness.com/grants is where you want to go to apply to this grant opportunity. You have by December 31st to apply. All right, and so last but not least, I talk about this one. This is a monthly grant opportunity, Galaxy of the Stars. They usually help small businesses, women and minority entrepreneurs, right? So right now they're giving out, this is a micro grant, but they're giving out $1,500 for, like, it says brought to you by Hidden Star. Okay, that's really nice. So they're giving away $1,500. What I like about Galaxy of the Stars is that they take money that is donated from to them, and then they give out multiple grant opportunities every month. Now, I don't know how many winners they choose. I don't know if they choose about 2 or 3 winners. I'm not really sure, but you can actually take a look at all of their most recent winners. Most recent here is Mr. Marcus. He won a $2,200 grant, and he's based in, I guess, Colorado. And you have Cynthia from October. She won. So you see the award amount. This year, I think they went out as far as, like, look, Miranda, she won almost $4,000. Look, Cassandra in July, she won almost $4,000, right? Kinsey, she won the $1,200 grant. So yeah, super dope. Exactly. So 25, 35, look, 3,500. Look, Terry got 4,250 back in June. That's when they got their most donated money, I guess, in June. And this was in, what, 2021? They was donating big money back then. But you can actually take a look at all of the people that have won, and that's really cool. Galaxy of the Stars grant, this is something that you can apply to every month until you get it. Once you have gotten approved to a Galaxy of Stars grant, then you cannot apply anymore, okay? This is like one of those, like, one and done situations. But you apply to this one every month, okay? All right, so with that being said, saying that you need to apply to that one every month, on your grant writing, like your grant writing spreadsheet, what you want to do is you want to kind of like label that as a monthly grant. And instead of saying monthly, you will put rolling basis, right? So rolling basis grant is a grant that you can apply to every month until you actually are awarded the opportunity. Once you're awarded, then usually you can't apply to it anymore, okay? So Galaxy of the Stars is a rolling basis grant that I would advise that you put on your spreadsheet every month, okay? All right, so we went over 4 really good grants, totaling out. This one is what, 1,500. Zen Business is 5,000, so that's 6,500. Honeycomb is 5,000, so right there, that's what, 11,500, and then you got another, what is this, $10,000 grant. So I just went over 20, like almost like $22,000 worth of grants that you can apply to right now by December 31st before the year ends, and you will receive the money around late January, February, or whatever is specified on their actual terms and conditions regarding the grant opportunity. So let's talk about an investment capital accelerator program. All right. So I'm going to show you another accelerator program so you can see like kind of what they look like or how they go, and then we'll go into it. Okay. So this one is called the 757 collab. I don't know if you guys heard of them before. All right. So the 757 collab. All right. So it says the 757 accelerator startup requirements are you have to have at least one full-time founder on the team. So that's you. You must be willing to travel to Norfolk, Virginia for 2 weeks. Products are innovative and disruptive. So that means they create impact. Scalable solutions with high growth potential. All right, which means it can be commercialized, your idea. These are the only 4 things you need to have for these like accelerator programs. So now let's see what you get with this program. Let's see what you get with it. Founders get 9 weeks rent-free access to collaborative environment designed for success. In 757's co-located studios, you meet other founders on the same journey and learn from subject matter experts through an incredible lineup of educational programming. That's what you get. Events to prepare. Let's see here. Topic areas. Hear from other founders. Oh, they got like a whole program cycle. Okay, so this is the entire program cycle. I'm going through this because I want you guys to see the difference between an actual grant program, or not grant program, a grant opportunity versus a accelerator program. So the application is closed for this one January 25th, 2025. The finalists are notified on late March, and then mid-April is when the program starts, and then late June is when it ends. It's like a full program of, you speaking and getting mentorship from other individuals within this space. All right. Topic area: mentor matching, funding opportunities, options, marketing, office hours, legal, finance, accounting, investment. Yeah, so you're learning. This is like a whole entire like startup accelerator program. Accelerator programs are really good for startup businesses because the purpose of these accelerator programs is literally to help you gain the resources and the knowledge that you need. So let's talk more about how to, it says the approach prepare for acceleration. All right, so let's talk about the benefits of the 757 Accelerate Startup Benefits. All right, so it says 0 equity taken. So that means this is not one of those investment capitals. Remember yesterday, opportunities? Yesterday we went over Generator. Generator usually requests 7% equity in your company. So 757 Collab doesn't request any equity. You'll receive $20,000 non-dilutive capital. That means no strings attached capital. You get a 9-week customized program. And it says multi-city investor roadshow. So that means you get to showcase your service or product in a networking event full of investors. Roadshow, the investor roadshow is literally, think of it like the speed dating of investment capital. Yes. Access to over 100 mentors and subject matter experts. Subject matter experts means you got a problem, these experts will solve it. Your requirements. Let's look at it. Yes. And then we already took a look at the requirements. Got to have at least one founder on the team, willing to travel to Virginia for 2 weeks. Products are innovative and impactful and scalable solutions, which means you can make it commercialized. All right. Accelerator programs are really great for startups, especially if you guys are in that startup idea phases. Are really, really good. So if you are a startup and you do have the mindset of, and you just simply just don't trust yourself to be able to create an execution strategy that will allow you to start like from 0 to 100, right? That's fine. You have other programs and you have accelerator programs and incubators that you can join that will give you the capital, the resources, the mentorship, and all of the things, the tools that you need to scale and to do what you need to do. The key to this is you have to prioritize it. And that is the number one reason why most small Black business owners don't go for these opportunities, because they don't have time. You got to be willing to dedicate 2 weeks of your life to go to Virginia. And during these economic times when you're living paycheck to paycheck, I totally understand if you cannot afford 2 weeks. Or you will have to sacrifice your 2-week vacation, your PTO time, in order for you to go do this, but it's worth the sacrifice. It's going to allow you to transition from out of that place that, the 9-to-5 place where they're controlling your time. And now you can put all your energy and all your time and effort into this. So you have alternatives. You have to go find them. Seek ye, and y'all know how to finish this in the Bible, literally. So if you're telling yourself, I need funding, ask yourself, what steps have you actually taken to get yourself closer to getting an approval? when I ask that question, it's like, well, I actually haven't started yet. So how did you possibly program your mind that you need funding? How did you program that? Like, where did that spirit come from? Where did that thought come from? Who influenced you? It's other opportunities out here. It's other things out here. And let me dive a little even deeper, right? Because we're just talking about generalized funding opportunities all across the world and also in the U.S., right? We're just talking about just general professional opportunities that you can sign up for, you can sign your business up for, right? But let's get more down. Let's get dirty with it, right? Let's get down to it. Community. 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 When you aggressively need to put your service and product out there, you will go to your neighbor, you will turn to your neighbor, you will go to your community, and you will literally have your community help you and support you. And they got it. They got it. Trust me. Don't put it in your mind. If you put it in your mind that they don't have it, if you put it in your mind that people do not have money to spend, you are already not off to a good start for entrepreneurship, because you got to get out of the consumer mindset. People got money to spend. You just got to make them see the value in your service or product and why they should shop with you. Especially the Black community. But don't limit yourself to only the Black community, but you know what I mean. So it's more, you can do it. I've been trying to figure out what to do with my invention. It's so hard here in Florida as a Black woman, but I lose what I have now to go for 2 weeks. Yeah. And then you don't even have to do that. Like, you're in Florida and you have an invention. Miami is actually becoming the number one capital for all tech innovations and startup opportunities. Yes, Miami, Florida. Google's opening up a headquarters in Miami. Like, Miami is going to become, and you're going to see it, it's going to be the new Silicon Valley. So yes, we complain and stuff from Miami, because I'm from Miami, so we complain a lot about gentrification, but I totally see what's going on. That whole entire Miami is going to be only for tech, new innovators, business. That's it. So if you're in Florida, you just simply need to take the time out to search for different opportunities. You have an invention and you just simply need money for it. So I want to know, like, what have you done to try to figure out how to push forward your invention, right? Don't sleep on it, because let me tell you something. I'm a living witness, and also I said something about this on Instagram yesterday. But God will give you that vision, but you're not the only one that has it, babe. Yeah, the Lord work like that. He'll sprinkle that idea on you and somebody all the way in India and somebody all the way in the Philippines. May the best one win. May the best one win. Because guess what? If you fumble and fail and you go against yourself and you don't prioritize it, then guess what? Maybe the lady in the Philippines will. Because at the end of the day, God's will is going to be done. And then you're going to be sitting back telling yourself 10 years from now, I thought about that. I should have, You're going to be one of them. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. So just go for these opportunities. Apply to all of them. Because like the strategy, the funding strategy is not you do one thing and you stick with it and to see if that works. And then you do one thing and you stick to, no, that's not how this works. You have to do everything simultaneously. All at the same time. You got to apply for loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. You got to do investment capital, accelerators, and incubators. You got to do grants, 1 grant a day. You have to do all of those opportunities. You have to do them all. You have to do them all, because you never know which one actually falls through. And that opportunity that falls through might be the one that you really need. So you literally have to go for all of them, okay? Merry Christmas. You have given me the greatest gift by being on here right now. I'm here alone and I was down on myself. Thank you for the information and encouragement. Absolutely. I went through 2 companies and have paid like 13 grand just to get nowhere, had a stroke, and now I'm at it again. I'm so sorry that you went through that, and but however, I want you to take a look at the things that you have went through and pick out the lessons out of that. Pick out the lessons of understanding that you will never deal with somebody who possibly is from this area, or says things like this. Be mindful of the conversations you had with those two companies. Be mindful of the types of questions that you asked, or the questions that you did not ask. Right? So I want you to take a look at the lesson in that, instead of dwelling in how it failed. And then I want you to take that lesson and say, okay, now in 2025, this is going to be the new execution strategy for capital. This is going to be my execution strategy, because it needs to be realistic, and you need to make sure it works for you. Everybody's work ethic is different. Everybody's network connections are different, right? Everybody's spending habits is different. Everybody is literally different. So you operate different from me. My work ethic, I can go 24, 48 hours, no sleep. Work. I can do that, but not everybody can do that. Right? So you got to think about, what efforts are you willing to put in going into 2025? How are you going to prioritize it? And then how are you going to keep track of like your strategy, right? How are you going to reassure yourself of what works and what doesn't work? And spreadsheets are my best friend, so I'm always tell you, create a spreadsheet. You know what I mean, friend? Mm-hmm. This is wild. My phone got tangled up in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And and you know what? And I'm such a person that I'm very cautious on how I like get into business partnerships or relationships, or how I spend my money. And it's because I've heard so many horror stories from y'all. And I'm an entrepreneur of 9 years. I'm 29 years old, so I started my business at 20 years old, right? And so I started in credit repair, so I've always been in the financial sector, right? I started with credit repair, and then I transitioned over to grants, and within this entire thing, and I just stuck with grants, right? So I always did grants and credit at the same time, but I stopped doing credit repair, and I just totally focused on grants, right? And so this whole entire thing, right, with the grant world, and just what I do, I didn't start with money. I didn't start with capital. I didn't start with anything. Like, I just started with an idea. Not idea. I started with solving a problem. Like, that was it. I also created my own invention. I created an app. I actually have about 4 app ideas that I'm currently working on. I haven't asked anybody for any capital, because what I did was I created ebooks on how to write a grant, and I used the money that I get from my ebook through Etsy to invest into my app idea. See what I did there? Because I know that I have went through actual life challenges and struggles that I've been able to overcome by the grace of God. So I can put those teachings and those lessons in an ebook, and I can share it with other individuals who might need this. And the income that I will receive from that, I will invest it into my company. And guess what that shows? That shows that I'm a resourceful entrepreneur. That shows that I can make something out of nothing. That's what you want to do. When you're going for investment capital, even like as a startup and as a tech company or as an invention, it's so much greater. It's so appealing to them. It's so to the investors and to the other party, the judges, it looks so good. I promise you. I'm a judge every now and again and stuff for these grants and stuff. I'm telling you, it sounds so good when the client is like, or the grantee is like, oh, this is what we've done. Like when you can show that you're doing things, like you're making movement with or without, like you're persevering with or without a funding opportunity. Like, man, that is what gets you in the door. Okay. Yes, absolutely. True. I'm on 72 hours now because I'm starting life over homeless. Yeah, I still feel God's favor. Absolutely. Lost my home and everything after a stroke. I went from homeowner to and respected to now having a stigma. This is why I don't live in the United States. because you never actually owned that home. Here in Africa, I buy the land, it's mine. I build on the land, it's mine. In America, you buy the land, you're not buying it. Because that soil, it's already to the founding fathers and blah, 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 all these laws. All these gray areas and all these finessing laws. But on the surface and in the forefront is like, oh, you're a homeowner, congratulations. Oh, you own a car. You don't own nothing in America. You don't even own yourself. You don't even own your... You know, that's why. I'm so happy you said that, because that's why. That's why. And I wish you had someone around you that was able to influence you to live abroad. But then again, who knows if you would have had the mindset to be able to accept it at the time, that you was actually making money and everything was going good and you was living in your beautiful house. Because obviously you want to live in the U.S. Obviously you want to live through those economics, that economic pressure. I moved out of the United States because unfortunately I didn't want to experience what you're experiencing. And I'm really sorry that you're experiencing that. But I'm also grateful that God has put you through that because you're learning. So yes, you do have God's favor. You need to get up out of the hell's den. You in Babylon. Get up out of there. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm just trying to tell you. Get up out of there. The U.S. is different. It's very much different. What I can say by living abroad for about 3 years is that I still don't desire to. I don't at all. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. Right? Cool. But I understand the privileges that we do have in the United States, like consistent power, consistent internet and data, all of that stuff. But there's a reason why. Because they have to keep pushing their media and their propaganda. So no, they can't have no Wi-Fi issues. No, they can't have no infrastructure issues. No, they can't, because guess what? They got a mission. The United States is the biggest business, and I don't understand like why we don't look at it in that way, but I get it because you live and you're from there. But America is the biggest business in the world. And it operates as so. It operates as so. So the decision that I made to leave Miami, where I was paying $3,000 a month for my condo, where I had already, we ready to go? They outside? Oh, okay. What's up? Oh. Oh, thank you. Let me see your outfit. Ooh, I like the jacket. So where you be getting these clothes? When do you buy clothes? That's the question. I feel like you be buying clothes like when we don't be looking. Don't worry, you're going to talk about it, okay. So, yeah, that's exactly why I left the United States. The decision that I made 2 years ago when I left the U.S. is I was in my condo in Miami, and I was looking out my beautiful balcony with the palm trees, and it was so nice. Y'all remember, if y'all my OG vets, y'all remember I used to stand on the beach. I had condos all around the city. I had about 3 of them because I did Airbnb. So, I used to just be, beautiful scenery. Miami's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But that stress of having to pay not just the $3,000 a month in rent, my bills was $10,000 a month. Personal and business combined. $10,000 a month. That the pressure of me, it's just me. I'm 29 years old. I'm not making any excuses for myself, but you see how I have to be aggressive? And so as a single woman, like Black woman, I can't live in certain areas because I have to think about my safety. Because that's how the US is. There's gun laws. You can it's open carry. Like you can just, you know what I mean? That's the type of country that is. But when I left and I moved out the United States and I moved to Latin America, ain't no like guns, no. Crime rate 0 to none. And I went from paying $3,000 a month for my condo, and I went to Panama, which looks exactly like Miami. And I stayed in a high rise, I mean, top condo for only $900 a month. Left out of that one and then moved into a 3-bedroom house for the same price, $910 a month. At the end of the month, I was paying like $1,100 a month for food, internet, and also for the house. It's crazy. He's outside? Okay, come on. Yes. So I left with the intentions of I cannot kill myself trying to stay with this American society. Like, I'm not doing that, right? And so I hope you learned that lesson. I hope you know that nobody cares. And because nobody cares, that's why you have to be aggressive and on your journey. I'm giving you some real love right now, friend. All right, y'all, we about to go out in the city. Hey, shout out to you, Pint. You became a member. I actually gotta, I have so much on that side of the channel that I'm uploading. It's crazy. Like, y'all about to get the whole Nigerian Lagos Dutty December me hanging out on that side as well when you become a member of my channel. So thank you. All right, let me see. Talk about it. Thank you so much. You are the truth. No, I'm ready to go and believe that Babylon will fall. Yes, yes. I just want to say thank you. Good work and thank you. Of course, it's my pleasure. It's absolutely my pleasure. All right, y'all. Okay, I'm coming. I got on the outfit, my blue outfit today. I'm gonna bring my Bible. You gotta bring your Bible. You gotta bring your Bible because out here in this world, y'all. Okay, spiritual warfare. Okay, you got to keep this like your gun. Boom. That's how that work out here. Okay. Do I got everything? I got everything. Yeah, my shoes are out there. I like this one too. But I want the other dress. Look, I want the other dress. I'm not even asking to borrow it, but I want the other one. I must have that one. This one is so cute. I should. All that yes. I'm about to be a member. Yeah, if you join my channel, actually, I do a lot of walkthroughs over there, grant walkthroughs. So I show you how to search and apply to, like, actually apply to the grants, and then what else is it? And we just like it's more personal. I'm trying to make sure I have everything. I think I got everything. Yeah. Let's go. And that was the purpose to have y'all come on the journey with me. I'm gonna turn it off, and then once I get settled in my new location, then I'm gonna hop back on here. Vlogmas is when content creators, what we do during this time is that we are consistently on live for the last 2 weeks of the year. We are sharing our time and energy with you guys. That's what we do for Vlogmas as content creators. And I really do appreciate all 55,000 of y'all. And I gained over about 20,000 subscribers this year. So the least I could do is share my life. Share. You want to say hey to my YouTube? What? Yes.
And
He's so helpful. Merry Christmas. Okay. All right, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back on here in the next hour. Oh, yeah. In the next hour. Okay. I love y'all. See y'all in an hour. Okay. I'll see y'all in an hour. And I'll show y'all what we're doing on the other side. I'll show y'all what we're doing right there. Oh, wait. Why y'all want to put me in the middle?
because I have blood sugar.
Cause what?
I have blood sugar.
Oh, okay. Y'all, love y'all.